Hey guys, CTV4. So I'm not actually sure if I'm off by a week. I think the week I was in London we were supposed to be talking about Pippa. Yeah, Pippa. And then last week we were supposed to be talking about Gemma, and this week we're supposed to be talking about Anne. But I did Pippa last week, so I'm gonna do Gemma and Anne today. To make up for not having done Heather's challenge, because I'm still looking for a monologue. Sorry. So yeah, I will do that. I'm just crazy busy. Anyway, so I am talking about Gemma and Anne today. So first of all, Gemma. This is actually a really good day for me to talk about this because I just wrote like a 2-page ode to A Great and Terrible Beauty in my English class, like half an hour ago. So I am in Great and Terrible Beauty gushing mood. So yeah, about Gemma. She is amazing. She's so much like me, and I think that's why, it's kind of weird to say I think that's why I like her so much, because like, I'm not like, I don't know, whatever. But she's really sarcastic, and so am I, and she has cool hair, and it's like all unmanageable, as is mine. I had to mousse mine today because I was like, I'm not going to straighten it. And we both have green eyes and freckles, and I don't know, her sense of humor was definitely what made me like her a lot. Because in all honesty, she's not a perfect person at all, and maybe that's another reason why I like her. She's really stubborn, and she can be really annoying, and sometimes she's a little too trusting, sometimes she doesn't trust enough. So, I guess, I don't know, she's like a real person, and that's why I like her, I guess. I feel like if she were here today, we would definitely be friends, and I would love to have Gemma as a friend. That'd be pretty awesome. I think she holds grudges a lot, like, which is another thing, like, I don't really hold grudges, but I can forgive, but I never ever forget. I remember everything, good and bad. And I think Gemma's like that too. And I think she uses, like, she'll be like, yeah, I forgive you, but she'll use that thing that the other person did, like, 10 years down the road. She'll be like, yeah, but remember when you did this, so you owe me. So yeah, I can see her doing that. She's a really good friend. I mean, that whole Pippa thing in the first book, and it's like, she doesn't want to care, especially when Pippa gets corrupted by, like, the third book. Pippa is evil, and Gemma should stay away, but because Pippa was her friend once, Gemma's like, I can't leave her. That'd be so mean, and that's how I would be, too. And, it doesn't always work out for the best when Gemma does that, or when I do that. And, like Gemma, I feel like I'm sometimes a secret keeper. Like, people tell me stuff about themselves, and they're always like, I've never told anyone this before. And I'm like, great, now I have your secret. Wonderful. I mean, it's not that I don't like that people trust me or whatever, but it is kind of a lot of pressure being people's secret keeper. So yeah. This is my chocolate milk for breakfast from the cafeteria. I'm a mature college student, I drink chocolate milk. So yeah, that's Gemma. That's me. Okay, so Anne. It's kind of fitting that I'm doing Gemma and Anne in one video because those are the two characters that I relate with the most. Anne is very much like me as well. Both in looks and personality. I have brown hair like Anne, I'm short and chubby like Anne, and personality-wise, I feel very much like her a lot of the time. Like, she doesn't believe in herself very much, but she still loves to perform, and she's willing to do anything to perform. I mean, besides, you know, sending that letter to her cousins or whatever in the sweetheart thing, which was a really stupid move, and when she does that scene where she sings in the middle of the street for Charlie Smalls, I was really excited by that scene because I was like, I would totally do that, and that was just really cool. And it's weird. I think she kind of needs to get over herself a little bit because she's always so depressed, like all the time. And there's really, I mean, there are reasons for her to be sad, but there are reasons, like all of her friends have like terrible things that happened in their life, and they are much more upbeat than her. I mean, she has it better than a lot of the governesses. Not only does she get to go to a nice school where they feed her and clothe her, but she has a guaranteed job. And she does have some family. They're idiots. But she has a guaranteed job. She has some family. So, I mean, she's got all that. Whereas some governesses, you know, they don't have a job or experience or schooling, or they don't even know how to read. Stuff like that. So, she's better off than a lot of people. I'm sure seeing her friends and her enemies being spoiled little rich girls and getting whatever they want is hard, but she needs to look on the bright side sometimes. And I know that's hard to do sometimes, but she could try. I think, and this is just me like quoting my improv classes, but she says no a lot instead of saying yes. And in life you're supposed to say yes and. I can't believe I'm quoting my improv class. But, like, she finally seems to be making some progress in A Great and Terrible Beauty. You know, she has friends. She and Gemma are semi-close, sort of. And, you know, Gemma's helping her get ready for Family Day. And, first of all, Gemma is letting her hang out with her family. And Anne's all like, blah, blah, blah. Family. I don't have any family. And Gemma's all like, no, it'll be cool, and she's like making jokes and stuff, and then she does Anne's hair for her, which is really nice. And Anne's like, I liked it better the other way. And I was like, seriously? Can't you just say you liked it for like 3 seconds? I mean, I do like Anne. And I think she deserves so much more than she had in the first 2 books. Which is why I liked her outcome in the Sweetbaar thing so much, because not only did she get what she deserved, but she got it by herself. She didn't have someone come and rescue her. She did it all on her own, and she did it as herself, because you know she went as Nan first, and she was brave enough to say, you know, I don't want to be Nan forever. I want to be myself. And that was awesome, because honestly, I don't even know if I'd have the courage to do that. I'd be like, well, I got in as Nan, so I'll just be Nan forever. But she was like, no, I want to be accepted for my talent, and not because Nan's pretty and she can sing, though not as well as Anne can. So that was really awesome. And Gemma also says in Rebel Angels that she proves herself worthy of royal blood because she doesn't gloat when something or other happens at the opera. And, you know, Anne is really a good person, and I just kind of, I don't know, even today, looks do matter. I wish they didn't, but they do. And, I don't know, I think Anne would have gotten so much further today than she would have back then. All women would have, but station doesn't matter so much today. You can have a relationship with pretty much anyone you want. There are more jobs available, period, and especially to women, and even, especially with, like, Anne's got a good education, so she could get a pretty good job. She'd have to work hard to get into college, but she could probably get a scholarship and go to college. She's smart, so, that's the other thing about Anne. People always say that they don't think Anne is the clever one mentioned in the 4 girls speech. I think Lilith said she was. But, anyway, people are always like, well, how can Anne be the clever one? She's not that smart. Well, I don't know how you can say that, because we only see a couple classroom scenes in which the girls are, like, actually doing work. And in those scenes, Anne is the good student, the teacher's pet. Anne does not have common sense, and Anne is the intelligent kind of clever. So now, bye.